And good Wednesday morning. I'm your friend Scotty Ray as we start today out at 66. We'll get to a high a little bit later, right in that 90-degree mark, 92, 93, we're going over it. But what we should be concerned about is the heat indexes. Now, when they first come out with this, the forecast for today, they were saying a little bit over 100. They've adjusted that to about 97 for today. So it's going to feel warm. It is going to be warm. Actually, we'll just go ahead and call it hot. I think it's safe to say that summertime has reached the deep south, Mississippi, Alabama. Our friends over in Louisiana that watch us every day, y'all be prepared for this. It's going to be extremely warm. Be ready for that. How are you today? We've made it to what they call the midweek. It's hump day. Glad to see that as we get ready for Run for the Wall that's coming. Memorial Day right around the corner. So much going on, and can't wait to see it all as we do that. Normally where I see my comments is, for whatever reason, not showing up. I'll figure that out here in just a little bit. Thank you for being a part of it as we begin this day. Let's go over a few things as we start this before we get into the weather and let you know what we know that was going on overnight. One of the big things is, let's show this because it's kind of important. We all go down, pay a lot of attention to what's going on. As we pull this up, we see that the tax collector's office is now open. You can make it in there now. This is inside the courthouse when you go in to the right, where you buy your tag, where you pay for your garbage fees. Friday, they got a little flood above them. A bathroom was leaking and it flooded the office. So it shut things down for a little while, but they're back open now and wide open with everything. So you can go take care of that. A little bit slower news day than normal. Things are kind of quiet. We'll tell you what we know and things that we're working on to find out what went on. Overnight, volunteer fire departments were called out. The scene of a pretty nasty fire as we pull this up. We go here to pull up. This was on Whipperwill Road where it joins with Old 8th Street Road. This was an abandoned home overnight that caught fire. As you can see there, pretty nasty, totally destroyed. Nothing of the home left. No one was there. I don't even think electricity was run to the home, but it did burn to the ground. All are okay, but a total loss for that. As we go across, as I mentioned there in the notes there, it was a busy night for volunteer fire departments. They were all over the place. As we go to our next one, that was a little fire last night out on Skyland Road. This would be out in the Causeyville area there, off of Causeyville Road there. A camper caught fire. Total loss on that for the people that own that also, I believe. Kind of hard to put those out in time. I'll say that. And they go up quickly, and no one was hurt there either. But again, those volunteer fire departments and people that are first responders that jump to action in the middle of the night sometimes don't get as much sleep as everyone else, do they? You know who they are. They help you with your insurance rates and all of that. No matter what county you're in, they're there to help. We had no one seriously hurt yesterday, but it did happen from time to time. You have to watch this. This was up just past the hospitals. This is the second time. Let's see, Saturday, we had somebody that was bumped in a parking lot on Walmart on 19. And I always stress being extremely careful. The taller vehicles are, the harder it is to see if you're backing out of a parking place in some of these. We had a pedestrian that was struck yesterday. This was vehicle strikes versus a person there at 22nd Avenue and 14th Street, bumped by a car. Nothing serious, but that did go on. Make you kind of sore the following day, won't it? It will. That's what we know there. We did have a few shots that were reported last night. This was around, Marion Road Apartments. No one was hurt. We had no damage. As we pull up the map to take a look at what went on, here's what we've got there. This would be just off of Highway 39. We've seen this in this area before. We also had some reports that I don't think they could... just to the east of there at Eastern Gardens, shots were reported. I don't think that panned out. Someone did call and say, But we did have shots in that area. No one hurt, thank goodness. We are working, let's see here. I've got that. We've talked about that. Now, this was the scene. We'll go to this other. Yesterday afternoon, I-59. I got a lot of calls on this, and if you went by this and saw this, I'm going to show you the video of this. When something catches fire, quickly, as I mentioned about these volunteer fire departments, here's another scene. This is I-59 yesterday afternoon. Let's just take a quick peek at this as you come up on this. This was a scene of that black smoke boiling, and the closer you get on this video, you'll see that this 18-wheeler was totally destroyed. Now, no word yet on what caused this fire. I think the driver was okay, but definitely a total loss for the truck. A lot of people passed by and saw that. So, wow. Keep that in mind as you're out and about. Always stay clear of those, and they wouldn't let you pass if they expected something else to go on with that. But that did happen in our area yesterday afternoon. As I mentioned, we're looking into this. I don't have the answer yet. I do know something happened, but I don't know what. A call was made, a familiar scene. Let's just look at this. And as soon as we get the answer to this, we'll show you what we know. This stretch of where you get off on I-20 here, the stretch, either you call it Highway 11 or you call it Airport Boulevard, or 19 is the new term there. The Exxon where the murders happened. Y'all remember that store? Something went on there last night. We're still trying to find out exactly what it was. Was it a robbery? Still kind of up in the air on that, but I do know police were called, and they're sorting through all of this, and as soon as I get the answer to that, we'll let you know. That was 10 o'clock-ish last night. I've heard two different stories, and I don't want to report the wrong thing, but there was, we'll word it, a disturbance there last night at this point. That's what went on there. Let's look around what else we've had going on. I did have reports, and this is one of those to where police responded to it yesterday afternoon, but they couldn't find any evidence to support it. But possibly someone called it in, so they saw it. As we go here, we pull this map up. Let me just show you what we've got here. 22nd Avenue and 19th Street. This is going to be Anderson's Hospital here. This would be past it as you get back in here. There's reports that a female was very angry at a male. So angry that she fired a couple rounds at him. Again, Meridian Police Department could not find anything to substantiate that, but it was reported that somebody saw that. Did it happen? I'm not sure, but someone thought they saw that for sure. Maybe you were in the area. You can fill the Meridian Police Department in on that. If you do so, call them, let them know. Twin States News, if you've had a chance to see this, I'll pull this up where you can see this. Interviewed the mayor and about crime. Goes into the community demands answers as to why crime continues in the Queen City. And we go down and we look at this. The mayor says we don't have a silver bullet like the Lone Ranger. We have a strategy that's in place, and we're going to fight crime like it's needed to be fought. Mayor Smith. My question would be, what is that plan? Because I don't know it. It doesn't go on to say what that plan is. We do need a Lone Ranger, don't we? We need a knight in shining armor. That would be the Meridian Police Department. Support them as we can as they take on the bad guys every day. Crime's out of hand, and we know that. And the bad guys think they run our town. We don't want that. Support our police. Back them as we can. If you see something, report it to them. It gives them an edge on this. They can't be everywhere. They don't see everything, so they have to rely upon you. So many times our police go out and, well, no one tells them anything. I don't know anything. Y'all know that. That's been done before. But the administration is a different story. You've got to have leadership that knows what the plan is. You can't just sit around and think that a plan is going to come to you, or say that you've got a plan and never reveal your plan. Does that make sense? I think it does. Have your plan and show it. As we look around the state of Mississippi this morning, we do know that one man is arrested. You can't do this. Yazoo City. I don't know where I'm talking about in Mississippi. Man shot a pistol out in front of it. He was taken into custody. You just can't be doing that within the city limits. This is so heartbreaking as I read these stories that go on. It almost brings you to tears because when you read these stories, you can see it. You can imagine it. The 8-month-old that was killed. You know what I'm talking about as we go to the west here in Pearl, Mississippi. The mother that slammed her child on a sidewalk. One of the most horrific things that we can report to you ever. She's arrested. They have upgraded that to murder, and she is not going to get bond, as we find out. She's there, as it should be. Maybe you've seen that video of her being escorted. Horrible how anybody would do this. Great news for a Mississippian finally making it. The Country Music Hall of Fame is going to bring him in, and we're talking about Jerry Lee Lewis is going to be inducted to the Country Music Hall of Fame. A big deal for him, and we're glad there. He's going to be joining the likes of Keith Whitley. He'll be put in there. And then also a guy that I used to know back in the radio days that ran RCA Records, Joe Galante. He knew music. Unlike a lot of them now, he's going to be inducted to the Country Music Hall of Fame. He made so many people a star with his ear for knowledge of what was real country. So congratulations to them. Good to see Jerry Lee making it in there. One of the all-time greats from the state of Mississippi. We have so much talent in this state. I think everybody will agree with that. As we look to this, many times across the United States, Mississippi is not the only place that's had this problem. The misuse of pandemic money. That's happened. A Mississippi man has pleaded guilty to a federal wire fraud charge for misusing $6 million in business loans of the pandemic money. He used it for personal investments in stock market, and, well, he just went ahead and bought himself a new house. It was such a panic from all the above that sent out money, and maybe they didn't dot all the I's and cross the T's right, did they? There was a lot of misuse. Did they get it all? Probably not. There's some that probably got away from this. We've seen a lot worse than that also, from airplanes being bought, all types of stuff. We also see that we go over to Rankin County, where they made another stop of somebody that looked suspicious. And what did they come up with? 20 pounds of cocaine. So a lot of it travels through here. I spoke with Chris Reed. We're talking yesterday, the former Man of the Year. No, wait a minute, I'm wrong. He is still Man of the Year. He and I were talking about that, of just how much travels through Meridian of drugs. It's a lot. They caught them there as you go to the Rankin County area there. And sad news. Do y'all remember watching the Andy Griffith Show? One of my all-time favorites. And of course, one of the favorites that were on the show were the Darlings. Do y'all remember Charlene? Charlene Darling. She passed away yesterday at the age of 81 years old. It's just getting to where I'm sure there's a few left off of the show. Ron is there and a few others, but we keep losing those folks that were on there. That was such a great show and a part of all of our childhoods. The Andy Griffith Show, as we lose Charlene at the age of 81 yesterday. In the Mississippi Delta, we look around, and you hate to see this. After 70 years, a Catholic school is going to be closing its doors. Just can't afford to keep going. We see that a lot in our state and different places as well. We're not the only state there. Razor thin, as we look at the big picture this morning, Dr. Oz barely leading with 2,000 votes. We don't know if he will hang on or not. There probably will be a recount there as we look at this Pennsylvania. This is one of the most highly watched races that have come out. Again, I expect it to be a recount on this. It's so close, and they're not through counting. I don't understand how, when you have a state like this, which is big, and I think they go ahead and do this in Florida, is your absentees, they have that counted, because they have them days in advance. And when the election starts, you're ahead of the game. I don't understand that. It just seems like we could have a better system and have these like that. That's a few of the headlines that we've got shaping this morning. We're going to come back here in a minute and tell you more about the weather and things that are going on. All that's right around the corner. Don't rush off as we start your hump day. It is Wednesday. Hope you'll enjoy it.
The Piggly Wiggly is passing along these great savings. Yellow, white, or bicolor corn, 3-pack $2.99. California strawberries, a 1-pound package, $2.99. Idaho potatoes, 8-pound bag, $3.99. Bryan sliced bacon, 12-ounce package, $3.79. Whole boneless pork loins, $1.79 a pound. And boneless center-cut pork chops family pack, $2.29 a pound.
When we're down home, down the street, Piggly Wiggly.
Maple's one-stop shop, well, this is going to be the cleanest that you find around. If you stop to get gas, go to the restroom there, boy, I'm telling you, you can smell the cleaning supplies from now. It's always squeaky clean. They've got 6 locations. They got breakfast being served up this morning here at the 31st Avenue Chevron Station and also in Causeyville. If you happen to be in that area and have breakfast every morning, drop in. It's good. Bacon, eggs, all of this. We'll be getting the lunch menu here in just a little while. They change daily. They'll let us know what they've got here in a little while. We'll post that for you to go by and get you a sandwich or whatever it is. And, of course, always the loyalty coffee program that they've got. That 6 cup of coffee is free, no matter if you're looking for a drink, bag of chips, pizza, maybe out at the Bonita Chevron or Pine Springs. Lottery tickets, a whole lot more. From ice cream, well, they take care of you. Bonita Chevron, Pine Springs store, or the Causeyville store. Also 31st, Broadmoor, and Last Chance Tobacco there on Highway 493. Visit with them today. It's Maple's one-stop shop, and I promise you, one of the cleanest around. They keep those mops going every day. You don't find dirty floors in there. They're just not going to put up with that. So how are you today? I hope it's starting out real well for you as we begin. Let's pull up and take a look at radar this morning and see what we've got going on. As we pull the radar up this morning, as we check out the Meridian Honda radar and go there, we are showing fog south of Meridian. Let's go here and take a look here at what we've got here as we follow this down. Laurel, Hattiesburg area, if you're in that area this morning, from Collinsville all the way over Collins, Mississippi, to Ellisville. Heavy fog in there down to Summerall and those areas there. And there are some 2-lane roads in there, but be careful there through 49, that area. As we come across, it's thicker out to the southwest there as we go down to Tylertown. We'll go over here near Magnolia and Macomb, these areas here, over to Liberty, Mississippi. Brookhaven, those areas there, if you're traveling. 55, be extremely careful. This is the thickest that we've got in the state this morning. If you've got to go in that direction, be careful. As we pull back out, we look great in the Meridian area. Tupelo, as we go to that Mississippi Delta. Even Vicksburg there at the bridge through Jackson, Mississippi, all clear this morning. Not any problems as we look over there. Now we glance over at Georgia. Well, we think we've got some fog in the state. We look at this around from Jacksonville, Florida, as we move up here through Douglasville, Georgia. They're around the Atlanta area down in here. Look at this. Not Atlanta, but Douglas, Waycross, Georgia. I was half the state off, wasn't I? Baxley, these areas up through here have a lot of fog this morning. That's just about as thick as it gets in those areas there. We glance up and we don't see any rain up the East Coast through Washington, D.C. Are showing some in Missouri, Evansville, Indiana. That area there is Indiana. Get some showers there. And around Chicago this morning, the Windy City seeing some. And we go up across these areas of the Dakotas, warming up a little bit, and we go out to the west coast there. Portland, Oregon, showers this morning. Overall, nice looks through Santa Fe, Albuquerque there. As always, Abilene, y'all watch those fires out there. Windy in those areas as we glance at radar. So, quick glance of what we've got going on there across the nation. Now, let's get deeper into the forecast to let you know what's happening right here close to you.
Your forecast is brought to you by EMEPA, your Touchstone Energy Cooperative.
We go back on those record highs, record lows. 1951 was the record warm day of 95. We're going to get close to that today. Somewhere around 93 is what we're expecting there. The record low was set back in 11. A cool morning of 39. It won't be long till we're dreaming of days like that. I've already seen folks posting of when is fall coming. Oh, we've got a long, hot summer ahead of us, don't we? As we look at that forecast today, right there, as I said, we're getting really close to maybe breaking that record. Around 94 is expected. The heat index will be a little bit warmer as we go to Philadelphia. 92, we'll get 93 in Columbus, up there in the Mississippi State area as well. Over west, Vicksburg, nice day, 92. And to the south, Brookhaven and Natchez, beautiful weather. We look at Alabama, sunshine will be all over the state. We'll see 94 there in Livingston, Alabama, as well as Demopolis. Selma will hit 95, Montgomery as well. And to the far east there in Auburn, as they're the oak trees, it'll be 92 today. Not bad at all. As we look here, what's coming? Still above average temperatures there as we see this. Not as warm as it was last week, but we do have some warm weather still heading our way. When that turns red, it's time to go find the air and just hold up for a few days, isn't it? As we dig deeper into this, let's look at that 7-day forecast of what they're telling us to expect over the next few days. As we look today, 93 to 94 is going to be the official written high, as we have a heat index value, 97. Again, they had that higher yesterday. And I can see that bumping a little bit as the afternoon goes about. Tonight, we'll drop down to a clear sky, 68. Nice weather. By tomorrow, sunshine returns, 69 for a low as we move into Friday. Still great weather. We start watching this. If you've got an afternoon event planned for Saturday afternoon, be aware of the showers that is going to happen. Now, this will most likely move into the area after 2. So if you got something planned, the earlier part of the day looks pretty good. After lunch, 2 p.m. on, looks like we could get showers. We could see gusts as high as 25 miles an hour, and this will go into the nighttime hours as well. Should end by 8 p.m., that 2 to 8 p.m. time zone there. Still gusty Saturday night at 20 miles an hour. As we move to Sunday, getting a little bit better there. Highs will only reach 84 on Sunday. Still slight chances of rain there. And on Monday as well, as we see that forecast at 40% there. Let's go ahead and jump another week into this month of May. And what do we have? The 1st of June is already in the forecast. 2 weeks out, you will be in June. Can y'all believe that? Whew. As we look to the 25th, we're looking at 88. And by the time we get back to the 27th, we hold steady in the 90s all the way through June 1st at 94 there. Sunshine as we bring in June 1st there. So be prepared for that. Now, as with all of this, we have to start looking at this every day. There's all types of talk. Nothing is confirmed. Right now, as we look at the forecast from the National Hurricane Center, nothing to worry about right now. No new tropical cyclones are expected over the next few days. There are some systems out there that people are guesstimating on, but nothing yet hit the waters. How's the fishing today? Well, Chet's Paint and Body is ready for you to hit the water. As we look at this, your best time today is going to be this afternoon, around 3:30 till 5:30. After you get off work, grab that fishing pole, hit the water, and enjoy yourself. What will the winds do? Light and variable today, southwest 5 to 10 miles an hour this morning. So pretty good there. The odds of getting out and having a great time on the water is good. Enjoy it. We're going to talk about some sunscreen and things of that nature this morning on the morning show. Make sure you do that. That stuff will burn you up. I know a lot of folks are taking a couple of days, going to head to the beach as Memorial Day happens on the next little bit. If you do, make sure you've got that. Put it on the kids. They get burned easy. We know that. The older we get, the more you need it. Yeah, I can remember driving tractors. Y'all ever done that? And burn your ears up from the sunshine. Even put a little bit there as we look at that. We'll get into a lot of things that are going on in the community this morning. Let us know your thoughts. Join us as always. We'd love to have you a part of it. It begins at 8. Candace is coming in. She's getting ready. She'll be here. Right, Candace? I'm teasing her. But we do hope you'll be a part of this. Again, we're the fastest growing little network around as we bring you headlines and stories that affect our communities. Can't do it without you. You're the backbone of what we do. We love to hear from you. You can email us at scottyray1969@aol.com or just shoot us an inbox. You can do that either on Facebook or YouTube. Either way that you want to reach us, we'll be glad to hear from you. Report what's going on in your community. Doesn't necessarily have to be Meridian. There's a lot of folks that watch from all areas. We'll pass it along, won't we? Thank y'all. We'll see you back in an hour and hour and 2 minutes, 7 minutes, if I'm looking at the clock right. We're a little ahead of schedule this morning. We still got 5 minutes before the top of the hour. Be good, and we'll see you here in just a little bit. I'll be joining WMOX Radio here in just a little bit. They've got a lot going on. They've asked me to be a guest this morning at 7:15. So I'll be joining Bill Smith and the gang there from WMOX for an interview this morning. No telling what they want to talk about. But we'll join them in just a little while. Thank you for being a part of this, and we'll see you back live here at 8 o'clock, Facebook, YouTube, and also on television on MeTV. We'll see you soon. Thanks for being a part of this.
The Scotty Ray Report is brought to you by our following partners: